Look, there are a lot of people, a lot of governments, US, British government, and people like me, very supportive of Israel's right to self-defense and right to be in Gaza. You've been attacked. You need to defend yourselves. You need to rid Gaza of Hamas. Fully supportive of all that. However, the toll on civilians in the Palestinian population in Gaza is now intolerable, clearly to some of Israel's closest allies. What is going wrong? Why is there not enough aid going in? Because your government keeps saying it is going in, but we're told by people on the ground that people are not getting the aid.
So to clarify some things, aid is going in. In fact, just this week, we had a record number of trucks daily getting inside, 277, for example.
Is that enough trucks given the number of the population?
It's 50% more food trucks daily entering than what we had before Hamas started a war against us. The issue is not with getting aid in. This is what Israel has been facilitating. The issue is, the challenge is with distribution of aid. And here, I'd like to explain that our job has been one so far, to inspect the trucks coming in for very obvious reasons. We don't want to see ammunition funneling in or, dual-use materials that can be used for terrorist purposes. But the aid distribution mechanism was reliant on UNRWA and UN.
This is the UN aid agency, which there's been very big question marks about people and being even working for UNRWA who have actually been involved in the 7th of October.
They have been serving as a front for Hamas, and they were relying on, Hamas distribution, so to say. That's what they did, and they utterly failed. This is why there is a backlog of equipment and food and aid waiting on the Gazan side of the border. That has been the case every day since the beginning of the war, but we have placed no limits on the amount of food, of sheltering and medical supplies and water that can enter the Gaza Strip.
OK, but hold on a minute. I mean, again, all sounds very convincing. Clearly isn't convincing to either Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in America or indeed to David Cameron, our Foreign Secretary here in the UK. We know there's been a lot of talk behind the scenes. They're also talking publicly, saying that Israel isn't doing enough, making it very hard for your allies, in which Britain and America have been the staunchest over the years, to actually support what's going on in Gaza. Now, I think, every right for IDF forces to be going into Gaza, every right for them to be going into Rafah even. I completely support that. I'm afraid there are going to be civilian casualties. I completely accept also that Israel goes further than pretty much any other government in the world to try and prevent loss of life of civilians.
But also on the humanitarian aid issue, we've gone to unprecedented lengths, Julia.
You say unprecedented lengths, but people are clearly starving and children are dying of malnutrition. So clearly it's not good enough.
We want to better this mechanism. We weren't in charge of the distribution mechanism. Again, it was the United Nations international aid groups, and they haven't.
And another aid agency take over.
Right, they haven't been doing their job. So this is why we're working in coordination now with international partners like the UK government, like the Biden administration, to better this mechanism of aid distribution, and with the private sector, private contractors inside Gaza, because we want to see the aid reaching the civilians of Gaza. Our fight is not with them. Our fight is with Hamas. Full stop.